Hey everyone, it's Dr. Detroit here. The doctor is in, and welcome back to our F1 2021 full season playthrough. Alright, so this has been a very awkward season for sure because we won at Bahrain, we DNF'd at Imola, and then we won at Portugal in the rain, which is a huge surprise to me. We have a bunch of new things that are going to be added to the car. We have some front wing and rear wing flaps and lower plates being put in. Also, we have a ICE improvement as well, but it's the championship standings that are just absolutely amazing. Let's go over there really quick. Look at this. There's a tie for the lead between us and Max Verstappen, and a tie for third between teammates Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. If this was the championship race, I will tell you something. Let me just bring this back up. The only one that would still be mathematically eligible to win the championship would be Sergio Perez. Lando Norris would most likely be eliminated if we were to take the green flag. However, in the Constructors' Championship, as you can see, we're currently third in that because Fernando Alonso has yet to score a point this year. All the 52 points have come from me. As you can see, Red Bull and Mercedes have a huge lead on us. Most likely it's going to be one of those two that'll end up taking the Constructors' title unless Fernando Alonso starts to do something big. Let me go back over here really quick. As you guys can see, our overall wear on all of these parts is virtually equal, so no need to change out anything at this point. The gearbox, however, we may have to change that at some point here, probably within the next 3 races. And I also need to show you guys this. This is the weekend tire allocation screen. This tells us how many sets of tires we have for the entire weekend. And if you notice, for the race, we can only use the mediums and the hards. So those will come into big play as we race at the next track, which is Barcelona, Spain. So any type of R&D that we do is going to use up a lot of those softer tires. So we're going to have to use those. Now, if it does rain in Barcelona, then there is a chance we could use those. But because these are mandatory right now, I don't know if we can use the softs. In the R&D sector, as you can see, the morale is pretty high, except for in the chassis area, we'll have to unlock some more things to get that going. Let's go ahead and advance the clock, if you will. There we go, we got all those pieces. Alright, so they're going to be on the car for Circuit de Barcelona. So this track is a pretty fun track, but I've also had some trouble with this track in the past, especially since there's 2 areas that are very easy to get off in. So hopefully we don't spin out and hopefully we don't have any problems, because I would like to leave Barcelona with a good points lead, or at least a good finish, because the next race is Monaco. And Monaco I've always had a little trouble with. In fact, I think a lot of people have had trouble with Monaco in the past. But anyway, let me go get this car qualified. I'll do some more R&D, and then we will come right back once we get to race day. So stick around, everybody. Be right back.
The Spanish Grand Prix has been a permanent fixture on the Formula One calendar for over 30 years now, and for good reason. Do you remember Michael Schumacher's absolute dominance here in that rain-soaked Grand Prix in 1996? That day he took his first ever victory for Ferrari, and we've had many more iconic moments since. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have the scientist, Perez, Max Verstappen and Norris, Leclerc, Sainz, Ricciardo and Pierre Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Vettel, Lance Stroll and Tsunoda. Raikkonen, Russell, Antonio Giovinazzi and Mick Schumacher, Latifi and Nikita Mazepin. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Yeah, as you guys saw, we qualified third. Would have had the pole, but I screwed up the last sector. In fact, I screwed up that chicane back there. I hit the brakes a little too hard, and that basically gave Mercedes another front row lockout. But we know that this car is fast. It was very quick in practice. In fact, we actually beat Sergio Perez, and we also did a bunch of R&D with this car, so we're going to get some great numbers for further down the road. In fact, we could end up in a position where we could end up becoming the new Max Verstappen or something like that. Alright, let's take a look at the style here, or at the tire deal. You will notice that we actually are starting on the softs. We're starting on the softs, and as you can see, we have two different strategies to our disposal. One of them is to go softs, mediums. The other one would go softs, mediums, and then hards. Now, the problem with the hards, though, is that this would put us at a very awkward advantage, because the ones in the softs would be a little bit better, but the longevity of it, we would be able to come in before everybody else, and that could keep us somewhere near the front. So this does give us about 2 different pit stop windows. I'm really not sure which ones to go with, but I think I kind of want to go with the default strategy this time and see what happens, because, again, here's the thing. If we get a big enough gap between the cars, we should be okay. So I think we're going to go ahead and continue with the soft, medium style. So this should be good. It's a 33-lap race. It shouldn't be as long as the Alpine, or not the Alpine, the Portugal race was. But let's see what happens. This is going to be huge. You know, it's funny because, see the halo right here, where it's right here in front of us? This device, when it wasn't on this car, you could actually see the heads and everything of, you know, these guys. But this halo has come in major handy, keeping many drivers protected, as well as other drivers like, you know, Roman Grosjean, who now runs an IndyCar, and tons of others who were involved in terrible crashes. So, if you're ready, and you look ready, let's begin the formation lap. So here we go, time to start the formation lap. Listen to the crowd, they're excited.
Everything looks good on the power unit cycle, so let's concentrate on bringing tires and brakes up to temperature.
Yep, then we'll also get the gears recognized in this car. Now, one thing to keep in mind about this place is that this place can also be driven on Gran Turismo 7 and Sport. So right now we're just kind of focusing on getting these tires warmed up. So anyway, the mandated tire is obviously the softs and the mediums, or actually the mediums and the hards, but here we can actually run mediums. So that's pretty good. Let's get through these corners here as we take you around. I'm not sure why Anthony Daniels did not start speaking, but that was a little bit awkward silence there. This is a troll part of the track right here that we're going to have a hard time with, I feel like. And also, this is Fernando Alonso's home Grand Prix. As you saw, he starts way near the back. So let's just get these tires warmed up as best we can here in Spain. This place is going to be a good place to overtake, and then right here, this is where things can really cause a problem because of this little transition that I don't know if you guys saw. And this little chicane coming up right here, this is where I messed up my my qualification lap, so we'll have to be really careful here and try not to mess things up. See, right here, we'll have to be really careful. Alright, here we go. The field is going to line up. You can see that we have the 2 Mercedes in front of us, then we're the Alpine, and then we have the 2 Red Bulls behind us. We're going to have to try and bonsai these Mercedes on the start. Because otherwise, if we don't, our race is going to end up being very long. Here we go, a little tire action. And now we'll wait for everybody to get lined up. And then we'll wait for the 5 lights. And it will be green flag. Oh, look at all the fans here waving the
Keep an eye on
flags.
the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Yep, here we go. We're about set to go. Everyone's all lined up. We should see them. Here we go. There we go. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's go, go, go! Oh, we got a great start right there. We're going to be up ahead of Hamilton, maybe. I don't know. Let's see what happens. We go into turn number 1. Hard to the outside we go. Almost had to go way we had to go way out of there, but we get ahead of Lewis Hamilton. That's good. That's good. We needed to do that. Man, if this was real life, that would have been a penalty. Now we snake our way through the next sector down into this corner. Right now, Valtteri Bottas has a good lead. It's okay if Bottas is leading right now. I don't mind him too much. In fact, it's good to see him leading right now. He's currently actually, he's currently racing at Alfa Romeo at the time of recording. Now, nice and easy through this corner. There we go. All right, not gonna use up my overtake too much because we already did that already. We're just gonna let the race come to us. And I think everybody else should be on the same strategy, but we shall see. Get through this corner. We made it through unscathed. DRS will be enabled here pretty soon. Now we get through that pesky chicane that is gone. Thank goodness it is gone. A little wheel slip action there. As we come back around, Bottas leads lap 1, and we will stay here in second for right now. He also has the fastest lap. And you can see that he's pulling away just a little bit. But that's okay. We're keeping up with him. Because some of the new parts and pieces that we have are actually pretty good. In fact, we currently went purple in Sector 1, so we could end up taking the fastest lap away from Bottas. We'll have to see what happens here as we continue on. And DRS will be activated on the next lap, too. Just gotta be really careful getting through these corners and try not to spin off or anything. I'm also not using my overtake right now, mainly because I know this car has got some great power. We don't need to use it right now. We only need to use it if we get put near the back or something. But look at that, we gained a ton of ground on Valtteri Bottas. A little loose there. Had to catch it a little bit. But right now, me and Bottas are actually checking out a little bit. Now, Hamilton is not within the distance, but I am up until that point. So now we can't even get up to Bottas.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Well, that's good to know. Whoop. Easy does it, buddy. Easy does it. Gotta be careful with these curves because they'll really mess you up. So right now, we are currently second, Hamilton third, Perez fourth, and Verstappen fifth. Now, with where we are right now, if the race ended, we would have the points lead all to ourselves. I think. I don't think that there would be enough points for Bottas. I'd have to do the math again. But right now, he's slowly starting to pull away from the grid. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I got a little bit off kilter here. Into the thingy there. Gotta be really careful here. Can't screw this up too much. All right, we're gonna have to be on the overtake here and make sure that Lewis Hamilton does not pass us. Alright, here we go. Coming out of the corner, we get a little wide. There's Lewis Hamilton right behind us. He's going to have the DRS, maybe. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We're going to defend.
Okay, the car behind is catching you by 5
Oh my god, really? He took it right down to the bottom there. So now it's a whoa, 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 whoa. Wow. Look at that. We somehow managed to get past him again. Pretty impressive, isn't it? In fact, we had to use some of the overtake. We had to use a lot of skills there. In fact, I had to go way down to like try and block him, but he just hit that button and passed us. But now we gotta continue to see if we can follow Valtteri Bottas, and then we can strike when we can. But right now he's got a 2.1 second lead ahead of us. This is basically where the Alpine has a little problem, is that it's not so good on the top speed, but when it comes to these technical corners, it seems to be a real champ. Because we definitely have worked really well with the aero of the car. So here we go, through the corner we must go. A little issue there. And it seems like Lewis Hamilton has a problem, because he's now back about 2.5 seconds behind us, which is quite amazing. Ah! Damn it! Hold on. Messed up there, big time. That was not good, but guess what? We can actually do a flashback. Watch this. So we can flash it back to right here. So we used a flashback there to make sure that we didn't get any damage or anything, but something went wrong with my wheel there. Let's use a little bit of our overtake here, but it's draining really fast. Man, it's draining really fast, and something's going on with Lewis Hamilton. I wonder if during that little scuffle we damaged him. We may have to check the replay at the end of the race to see if maybe he got some damage or something. But he's to pit road. This actually could help us, because now all of a sudden he's way in the back. And right now Lando Norris has taken over the 4th position. So currently there's one Mercedes car in the front, then an Alpine, then the Red Bull, then the McLaren, and then another Red Bull car, which is great. But I think we're also approaching our pick window. So now Lewis Hamilton is near the back, and I think he may have came in for some wing adjustment or something. I mean, I'll have to go back and see if we caused any damage to him. Of course, you know, if this was real life, then more than likely we would be black flagged and penalized for hitting Mr. Entitlement, but, you know, that's what happens. Anyway, coming out of the corner as we now head in the lap 6.
Keep pushing, you're gaining on the car ahead.
Well, we kinda are, but we also kinda aren't.
The car behind is gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
0.5 a lap, Jesus. Sergio Perez is really coming up big time. But I think the other thing too is that we're starting to struggle a little bit on these older, softer tires. I mean, right now, if we keep it here in the podium spots, we're gonna be okay. So as long as we stay in touch of Valtteri Bottas, that'd be fine. But we also gotta see if we can pass him at some point. But I'm not too happy about the fact that the overtake just seems to be draining faster than I want it to. But yeah, right now the car is starting to struggle a bit. I mean, we're starting to struggle a little bit ourselves. I mean, this track has not been my best, so we're just doing what we can out here and keeping ourselves in a good spot. Lance Stroll is out. Oh, so Lance Stroll has retired from the race, and it looks like he retired somewhere back there. So
no issues with tire wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
All right. And now our pit strategy is open.
In this lap, push now.
Alright, so therefore we're going to be coming in this time by. Now if we were running the alternate strategy, we would have already pitted. But it looks like everybody else is still out there on their normal tires, so should be okay for right now. But we're going to come in this time by. Although the pit strategy does open up a little bit here, because the pick window is 7 to 8 laps, or at least between laps 7 and 8. I'm wondering, do we take a chance and do we stay out here and like see if we can't, you know, like mess with Bottas a little bit, because now that Lewis Hamilton's out of the race, we don't have to worry too much about these other guys. Well, Hamilton's not fully out of the race, but he's way in the back there. I mean, we could stay out one more lap and see what that does. Let's see if he pulls in. Because if he pulls in, maybe I'll stay out for one lap. That would be pretty good. Alright, let's see what happens. He stays out, so we're staying out too. You see, the pick window's now open. See a couple of back markers starting to come in. So, actually there was no back markers that came in. So what, is everybody going to come to pit road and we're going to have double stacking? Oh, this is going to be rough. I probably should have come in last lap, but I figured that maybe the others would come in. But let's see what happens. Maybe some of them are on an alternate strategy or of their own. So let's just see what we can do. And then we're going to come in this time by and get some mediums put on here. Alright, here we go. Coming around to the final couple of corners. There he goes. He's in the pit road. Here we come too. Oh boy, pit road is going to be very busy. So here we go. We're in. There's Bottas in right now. I believe that's him. Yeah, look at this. Everybody's coming in. There goes Bottas. My team does a good job, but we are held up! We're held up because of Carlos Sainz. And now look who's actually bonsai'd us. Sergio Perez is now out ahead of us.
We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy.
Oh man, so that screwed us over. So that screwed us big time, but we should be able to get past him. In fact, with this particular strategy, let's see what we can do here. We got a little bit better run there because Kimi Raikkonen was right in the way. Let's see what happens here. Yep, look at this. We're starting to. We actually got out ahead of Perez because we do have a little bit better speed than those Red Bulls.
Great maneuver. You made it look easy.
That was a smooth pass. Alright, so now the next question is, I believe Bottas will continue to be the leader, but I have a feeling that Fernando Alonso could not come in, so he's currently the race leader. Man, if they were paying points to lead a lap, he would get those. So now we'll have to see how well we do here, because right now Vettel and Tsunoda are ahead of us. So now Alonso should be the last of the cars to come to pit road, and then it'll give us back into the top 4 scoring positions. Although I can't tell who the race leader is. Let's get a little thing here.
Tsunoda is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 2.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 9 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 25.9.
Alright, not necessarily what I wanted to hear, but okay. I want to say that's Alonso leading. So I think that these guys that are still out here on the different compound or something are the ones that probably need to come in here pretty soon. And let's just be really cautious here. We need to get up on the podium at all costs if we can. And we should be able to once these guys like Vettel and Tsunoda come to pit road. There's Tsunoda ahead of us. He's in the AlphaTauri, which used to be called Toro Rosso, but then they decided to switch back to their clothing line name. Nice and easy through here. Oh, he does not come to pit road as Bottas gets the fastest lap again.
Valtteri's giving it everything. He's just put in the fastest lap of the race.
Now we got DRS, and we also have this. Let's see if we can get past him. Here we go, underneath Yuki Tsunoda. And that's a clean pass right there. So we are now up into third? No, fourth. Yeah, we're up into fourth right now. And we did some leapfrogging there. So Bottas is second. I don't even know who is leading. I want to say it is my teammate Alonso. But we're now catching up to the Aston Martin of Sebastian Vettel, who's now retired in the real world, but it's good to see him up here. Some of these cars, I don't even know if they bonsai'd us or what, but they should be coming to pit road here pretty soon. They must be taking the alternate strategy or something. Let's just keep an eye on everything here. It looks like it was Alonso that was the leader because Alonso just went down into second place. So now Valtteri Bottas has gone past him. So that's good for Alonso. Somehow we have DRS, but I was not in any position to pass Vettel. But once we get past Vettel, that could be an an Alpine double podium, hopefully. But I don't know what type of strategy that he's on. Well, here we go. We're catching up to Vettel now. See if we can make any headway on him. Nah, that wasn't going to work. That was going to be a fool's errand if we tried to pass underneath there. Already to lap 12 of 33, so this race is going by a lot quicker than it did in Homestead. Or no, not Homestead. What am I saying? Portugal, mainly because it's been a day race here, and I've always wanted to race with Vettel here because this has been a good dogfight. This car has been excellent. Alright, now we have the DRS, but there's nothing we can really do with it. We're just gonna have to go into the inside. No, not quite. I think we could probably catch him on the front stretch, I think. But while we're doing this, Sergio Perez has also gotten bigger in my rearview mirror, so gonna need to be a little bit cautious here. So let's just keep an eye on him. See if we can get a good exit there. We do. We're gonna have the DRS. I'm gonna hit the overtake. Let's see what happens here. Go into his slipstream. Sergio Perez now has the better time. And look at this. Monster pass on Vettel. So put us put us into the third position. Wow, that was cool. This thing absolutely ate up that Aston Martin. I think these new pieces are really helping the car. Now, I think at this point we can kind of hang out right here because I don't necessarily want to screw up our teammate. We're gonna do a flashback there. Because that was my fault. I messed up. And I didn't want our race to get ruined because of that. In fact, the flashback rule, there's a new rule. If we end up If we end up crashing at some point, like, you know, and there's still plenty of laps to go, we'll probably use one. Ah, like that, right there. Let's use one more. And let's get it right to about here. There we go. Sure, it makes the race a little bit longer, but at least we can still be out there and racing. Because I don't want to DNF again. I mean, at this point, we could... I mean, at this point, we still have a couple of pit stops left. I think we actually have, like, what, one more? Nice and easy through there. So now Vettel holds on to the 4th position. So it's Bottas leading, Alonso 2nd, and we're 3rd. Something happened back there.
Gap ahead is 4.0 seconds.
And I don't know if we can catch that. Because right now this car is just not feeling very good right now. It was feeling fine, but I think it's just because we're on the mediums right now. And also because I'm having a hard time keeping my lines the right way. Now I can see our teammates in the distance, but if you notice, no one's really catching each other. Which is kind of interesting. We went purple there in Sector 2, which is pretty cool. Teammate is now finally in the pits. So it looks like he was on a longer strategy, so that puts us up in the 2nd position. I was kind of wondering when he was going to come to pit road. But that'll put him somewhere near the back. But hey, at least he got a chance to kind of, you know, be up here near the front. Even got a chance to lead for his home Grand Prix. Which is really good.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
A new strategy option, eh? What do we want? Ah, a little early change it looks like. Oh, we can go to lap 22. Sure.
Got that confirmed?
I guess that'd be alright. So I guess this means we have to see these mediums out till the next pit stop. So that means we gotta just keep Perez behind us. Which shouldn't be too hard. I mean, if you notice...
Okay, the car behind is catching you by 0.5 a lap. 0.5.
And now Vettel comes to pit road. Yeah, right now our car is just struggling on speed right now, but in the corners it's been amazing. This is the same thing that we experienced at Bahrain, where the car is amazing aero-wise, but speed-wise not so much. As currently Valtteri Bottas has led since the drop of the green for the most part, with the exception of Fernando Alonso staying out there for a few more extra laps, but now put Carlos Sainz up there. Ah! Nope. We're gonna restart that. We're gonna do another flashback here. Because I can definitely tell that the rear end is starting to kick out on this car. And I don't want that to happen again. Nice and easy through here. Had to really tiptoe. starting to struggle a little bit, which is not very good. But, you know, at the same time, our car's reliability is starting to show a little hesitation here. I can see that Perez is starting to catch up to us. I think some of our stuff is starting to really show in terms of wear. Now, if Perez does get by us, which he may end up doing, that's not going to hurt us too much because we're still here in the podium position. And I think what might happen is that Bottas will probably end up with the points lead. And I can see right now that some of our stuff is starting to show some wear. I mean, right now the car is not as strong as I was hoping for. But let's try and not bleed too much here. Alright, let's kick in some afterburners here because he's going to have the DRS. But I denied him of that. Now he's going to have DRS again, but let's see if we can't defend here. He's going to go high. Ah, oh, really? Well, he got the position.
We need to stay on form.
He got the position on me because we're just struggling right now on this. But let's see if we can't give him a little. See if we can't get back in front of him. Can't really use too much of this overtake right now because it needs to regenerate. But notice how the Red Bull cars are struggling through the corner. There we go, into the inside. Really? A new strategy? What kind of strategy are they asking us about? We don't have any damage on the car. What is it saying? Oh, it wants us to go to the hards. This early in the game? You know what? Let's chance it. Yeah, let's go ahead and chance it and bring in the mediums. I'm bringing some hards. Also, it seems like we got a problem here because Perez pushed us way out there. And we got a warning because he collided with us. But here we go, we're coming to pit road, we're going to switch to the hards, and then we're going to take those all the way to the end of the race. This is going to be quite interesting. And it looks like we're getting a new front wing as well, which means that's going to take up a lot of time.
Go, go, go.
There we go. And look, some other cars came to pit road too. Even Perez. So, looks like on these harder compound tires, let's see. So he's on the hards too. So now let's see what happens as we come out of the pit road. He's going to get caught up again behind Vettel. But that should put us in better shape because we should be able to make the pass on Sergio Perez. There we go. Always going defensive here. Let's see if we can't get underneath. And we kind of touched side pods there, but then Perez was like, nope, I get the better car. Oh man, that would have been a huge illegal overtake if this was real life. But that should be it for pit stops. And now we'll see how this cycles around. Because some of these...
Caution, caution.
Uh-oh, looks like we got ourselves a problem in this sector. So we gotta be really careful. They just rescinded the yellow flag, which is good news. And it looks like... Oh, Charles Leclerc is out. He's out of the race. Looks like the Ferrari just could not hold up. Which is kind of weird. I wonder if it's deja vu from earlier. Alright, well... Now we got ourselves some new tires. Let's see if we can pull away from Sergio Perez. We do have DRS, but can't really do anything with it to Vettel. Oh, Perez is coming back to pit road. Oh, I wonder if he got some damage from when we tried to pass him. Betcha he does. So that takes him out. Pretty much. Now we just gotta figure out how we can get back up towards the top podium. Because I would like to finish ahead of Verstappen if at all possible. Oh, try to go underneath.
Check your MFD.
Really? Just that one little tap screwed everything up. Let's try that again. I can't believe that one little tap would screw up the front wing like that. So
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
another new strategy? No.
Understood. Copy that.
No. We made our bet. There's about 14 laps to go, excuse me. So we're gonna go ahead and keep these hards on. But man, Vettel is just really slow here. Let's see if we can do anything here coming into the corner. Very tight right there. Keep an eye out for this. He's going to have to come to pit road at some point. There's Daniel Ricciardo coming to pit road. So now we should be able to catch Vettel here because I'm on the DRS now and I also have the overtake. See if we can't do anything with him. Using up a lot of this. Let's see if we can't flick it to the inside. We're probably going to run out of track space! Oh. Okay, nope. Let's do another flashback. I mean, this whole race is like a flashback. But let's try this again because that was just terrible. So here we go. Let's see if we can do it anything here with this guy. Flick it to the inside to give him the space. Another grand pass. Beautiful.
Our gap to the car in front is 8.2 seconds.
Feel like the hard tires are really starting to show some issues here, but everybody's going to be on different tires. They're either going to be on the mediums or they're going to be on the hards. Let's see. Alonso now back up into the 4th position. I haven't really been commentating too much these last few laps just because I've been trying to keep an eye on everything that's going on here, but right now, with Perez way back there along with Hamilton, this will be a good points day for us, for the most part, but I'm curious to see how it's going to affect us, because I don't know where Verstappen is. See if we can find out something here. Sainz is on pit road, so that moves us back up into the 4th position, and we're going to get 3rd in a second here. Uh-oh, Vettel's on the go-go juice. Oh, we had to really defend against him. But boy, he had a very fast car right there. So we can just get through this menu and get them out of the way. So right now, Lando Norris is ahead of us, Alonso is 2nd, and Bottas is still the race leader, I believe. In fact, there's Bottas way ahead of us. Yeah. So Bottas is going to end up winning this race with 11 laps to go. I know that the next race in Monaco is going to be pain, I think. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Now, Verstappen's behind us, and he's on the mediums. He's on the faster tire. But we'll have to see how well that plays, because sometimes the longevity of these tires will be interesting. Because here's why: as long as we're ahead of Vettel, or Verstappen, then we will get ahead of him in the point standings.
6 seconds.
Alright, well, we're currently sitting here in 4th, and I'm sure that we'll have to, I'm sure that somebody up there, 2 of those cars will have to go to pit road. I think our teammate Alonso and I think Norris still have yet to pit. As we now have officially 10 to go this time. And this race has just been an insane bunch of stuff. We also got to see some pretty cool overtakes too. Oh man, Verstappen is just closing the gap on us right now. We're on the harder tires, but we do have the technically better car in terms of cornering and stuff, so we gotta be really careful here. He's gonna have DRS, so let's go on to the overtake right now. He's going to run out of space to come and get us, so but on that next corner he's going to he's gonna be right there as Valtteri Bottas now puts down a blistering hot lap. Now, this is where things are going to get a bit of a problem.
Verstappen is behind you. Less than a second separate you.
Oh my goodness, here comes Max Verstappen! Oh! Wow. So Verstappen just ate us up right there. We had no way of defending. He's on the faster tire. We're now back here in the 4th position. Yikes. That was a little too close for comfort, but now we're pretty much sitting ducks because Verstappen's going to continue forward. I don't know if we should take a fresh engine at Monaco or wait until the next race or something. Because right now Verstappen is just opening the gap. So we're now back here into the 4th position, so that takes us off the podium for right now. We have DRS, but there's nothing we can do with it. So right now we're just kind of riding here until our teammate Alonso and the McLaren car of Lando Norris comes to pit road. As you can see, we are basically between cars that have medium tires on, and it looks like that was the right way to go instead of going on to these mediums, or going on these hards. Man, Verstappen is the fastest car right now. And you can see he's already opened up a huge gap of 2.5 seconds, so there's no way that we can actually catch him. This car is just, it's worn out. I can see Carlos Sainz starting to come up. He's the last one that I can see that's on the medium compound tires. We probably should have stayed on the mediums, then we could have defended, but unfortunately our team felt like it was better to go on these tires, so... And it's currently making the front end seem very tight. As it looks like up ahead, Valtteri Bottas is going to lap Nikita Mazepin, I think. Oh man, Carlos Sainz is right there. There's no way that we can defend. At least I don't think. I mean, unless we can really, unless we can really do something to hold him up, but he's going to have DRS for sure. It's amazing how much the hard tires have fallen off here because our car is just tighter than hell. Let's see if I can't mitigate this a little bit. Now he does have DRS, but he's not going to be able to use any of it as we come down here to the next corner. There we go. So it looks like we can hold off Carlos Sainz, I think, as long as we just keep up this little pace we got here. Nice and easy through here. I'll have to see like what is worn out and stuff, but I really feel like we may have to rebuild this engine or something. We're gonna need some sort of performance boost. I don't think we're going to get it in time for Monaco, or even Baku for that matter.
Gap to car in front is 4.7 seconds.
Just getting through nice and easy through here. Now again, Saints will not have the DRS. Actually, he will, but we don't. But not if we can help it.
You've lost some time to the car behind.
Yeah, we're using up a lot of our overtake right now. Right now, we still hang in the 4th position. Somebody's going to have to come to pit road at some point. I really wonder if that's the case, or if this is just what we're doing. Because Verstappen is all the way up there. We know he came in, and he's got the faster tire, and this tire's slowly starting to degrade on us. Whoa, got a little too greedy there on that gear. And now Saints is right there on my back end. He's gonna have DRS. Let's see if we can't negate him the position. He's gonna try on the outside. Nothing doing there. But I go run wide. God, he is just right there, and I have to slip up the track, and there he goes because the tires are completely useless. Oh boy. Well, back down to 6 we go. So there goes the points lead for sure. In fact, we may end up falling back to 3rd in the point standings now. Here comes Alonso. Well, Alonso falls back into the 4th position, so definitely not going to be a podium for us, but probably a double points day would be great to see Alonso finally get some points. But we're currently in 6th place. The gap in front of us to Vettel is about 2.5 seconds. Gasly is still on those medium tires, but I don't think he's fast enough to even get up here. So we're just gonna have to nurse our tires a bit and try to get home. I mean, right now this car's handling has just been absolutely terrible in these last couple of laps. So Carlos Sainz will ride off into the sunset right now. Bottas is the race leader. And I knew that Spain was going to be a problem, but I did say I wanted to leave here with a top 10. And not, be 0,
Okay, gap ahead is 1.8 seconds.
Well, it doesn't really matter right now, because this car just will not do its thing. These hard tires were a stupid idea. And it was also my own fault, because I should have stuck with the mediums, but I figured the hards would be a little bit better because of the longevity. But I forgot, the hards are the slowest tire we have.
Gap to teammate ahead is 7.6 seconds.
Yeah, so Sainz is currently 5th. In fact, he was the guy that in practice, when we were doing our R&D stuff, we were actually keeping up with him, of course, the softer compounds while he was on the mediums, and we could actually keep up and pass him too, which was pretty good.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Alright, 5 laps of fuel remaining, but it doesn't really matter right now, because we won't have to worry about anything like that. And right now, Vettel's not catching us, nor gaining too much or anything, and we're not really catching Saints at all, so it looks like we're probably going to end up finishing 6th, with our teammate finishing 4th, which could mean a double points day for Alpine.
You're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Keep pushing.
Yeah, there's nothing much we can do. This car is pretty much weak now. Like, I think our, like, let me see what our wear stuff is. Yeah, the ICE is really worn down.
Our gap to the car in front is 4.0 seconds.
I really wonder if we should, you know, go to the new engine unit or something. But I don't know. I really don't know. I guess we'll see at the end of this race and see where our wear levels are. But our next race is Monaco, which should fit into this car's wheelhouse, but you never know.
P6, we have P6. Sainz is ahead of you. The gap to the car ahead is 4.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Vettel behind. Okay, the gap behind is 2.7 seconds. They're on old hards. Okay, gap to leader, 38.7 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. 4 laps remaining.
Alright, so we just have to hold off Vettel for 4 laps and then we'll be fine. So we'll use a little bit of overtake here, just to keep ourselves up near the front. This race has definitely been frustrating towards the end here because we had a very good car right off the get-go, and then it just kind of fell apart from there. As we work lap 31 to 33, and we're almost to the end of this race, which is going to be great because I'm going to have a talk with the engineers and stuff and see what we can do with this car, because this thing is just, you know, it's great in the turns for the most part, but then it just suffers going down the straightaways. As now Gasly and Vettel have a little how do you do moment for 7th and 8th. But you know what? I am going to say this.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
I'm very proud of my teammate Alonso. They played the strategy a little bit better than us. They too are on the hards, but Sainz has not yet caught them. I mean, Verstappen did catch them, so Verstappen's probably up in the 3rd or 2nd position, so he'll be the points leader at the end of this whole thing, so we will lose that points lead for sure. But finally, we'll get to see some points out of Alonso, which is going to be very impressive.
Gap to car in front is 6.3 seconds.
So now we are in just 2 laps of racing to go. Gasly is still about 2.5 seconds behind us, but he shouldn't have enough to catch us, I don't think, because we are faster than the AlphaTauris. Believe it or not, we are faster than some of these other cars, but just could not get a good start there at the beginning. I mean, we got a great start when we were able to get around Lewis Hamilton, and then something went wrong with him that put him near the back, as now Bottas has just put the fastest lap of the race up on the board again. I think he's now started the final lap. Yes, he has started the final lap. So there's really not much we can do. Even if there was a caution that came out or a full course yellow, it wasn't going to help us anyway. But you know, we got to think big picture. It's still the early portion of the season, and we're going to be coming up to some tracks like Canada and stuff where we can really shake a tail feather and, you know, win there. Because there's definitely a handful of tracks coming up that are going to be great. Anyway, coming out of the corner, this is the white flag lap.
This is your final lap of the race.
And I can see that Gasly is closing the gap carefully, but I don't think he's going to have
Okay, the
anything.
car is catching you by 5/10 a lap. 5/10.
Jesus, yeah, this thing needs a lot of work. But anyway, up near the front, it's going to be a huge day for Valtteri Bottas, as he starts on the pole, and then he'll go on to win this thing. In fact, we'll get a little notification popping up here in a matter of seconds that says that he won. But here he goes, coming out of the final corner. Valtteri Bottas will win at Circuit de Catalunya. 4th is going to be Alonso, which is great news for him. So it looks like that we're finally going to have a double points day for the Alpine team, which is great, great, great news.
Okay, gap ahead is 8.3 seconds.
So now we're finally at the end of the race, and as you can see, there is a clock up there to basically finish the race. If you don't beat that clock, then what happens is that you're actually scored a lap down automatically. But here we go, we're coming out of the final couple of corners. Oh man, this thing was just insane. But here we go, we're out of the corner, and we'll take home a nice top 10 finish. Oh man,
Pick up rubber and bring it home.
that was pretty good. And look at that! Our teammate got Driver of the Day! Way to go. Way to go to him.
A real team effort which has paid off in spades. A great victory here at the Spanish Grand Prix. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight.
Yeah,
amongst
Verstappen
Mercedes team,
on the podium.
And they certainly deserve it.
So yeah. But hey, look at Lando Norris. Second. Pretty cool for him. So, another interesting race for us. And, let's see what the point standings look like. I'm almost afraid to look at this.
Valtteri Bottas takes the top spot. He's our new Drivers' Championship leader after today's results.
I knew it.
Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
I think it has to be Fernando Alonso. He got the strategy spot on and consistently had the pace to come through as well.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Well, we did fall back into the third position. Max Verstappen is only ahead of us by 7 points, and yeah, Valtteri Bottas went up there, but I kind of want to go back to the race results really quick. Lewis Hamilton came back to finish 10th. I don't know how he did that. Let's see. We can view the race highlights, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can save this, and then we can analyze it a little later, I think. But anyway, that's going to do it for us today. Valtteri Bottas got the win, and we came home in a 6th place, but hey, a double points day for the Alpines. If you guys want to see more of this, make sure you hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and also comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care.